elder lawyer, when it comes to the awakening, right? I need you to let's go back to the past. Let's go back to when we were still in Israel. And there arose an enemy, an Edomite by the name of Antiochus Epiphanes, right? Where the Gentiles would work to put us to sleep. Let's go back there first, right? Let's go back there first.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the book of Maccabees in the Apocrypha. Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. First Maccabees chapter 1. I'll start at verse number 13.
Yeah.
Then certain people that were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. So whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Now, what happened was, in order to put us to sleep, they had to bribe our leaders. Now, brothers and sisters, we're talking about somewhere between about 200 years before Christ would come on the scene, when Antiochus Epiphanes popped up. Somewhere in between that, 200 to 150 years before Christ was on the scene. We were wide awoke as a people in Judea. Okay. For those who don't know it, okay, let me make this clear. We are the original Jews. We are the Israelites. We converted white people and others as a statement of diplomacy if they were willing to respect our God. So the Gentiles, you have to realize, in order to destroy that information and to destroy that reality from us, they had to be very patient and calculating. So this thing didn't just start yesterday and us not realizing who we are, in need of an awakening. I'm talking about 200 years before Christ, there arose a Greek, an Idumean, an Edomite, an Amalekite by the name of Antiochus Epiphanes. And so what he wanted to do is, he says, well, listen, these people are great. We can utilize the spirit in these people, but we must first control their leaders. So he says, you know what? Let me give their leaders, the intellectuals amongst them, a what? A license to do what, elder lawyer?
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Gave them a license to do after the ordinances,
whereupon
the ordinances of the heathen. Right? Listen to this clearly. So when you see people like doctors, people that are held in high regard, that went to HBCUs, these are they that the power structure uses to keep us asleep. They went to the king and said, give us license to do after the heathen. We're willing to take sides with you against our own nation. See? Come on.
Verse number 14. Whereupon they built a place of according to the customs of the heathen.
Come on.
And made uncircumcised, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to Jews.
It says we sold ourselves to the
Jumping
heathen,
down to verse.
To the heathen. Read.
It says, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
And was sold to do mischief. That was our people. Read.
Jumping to verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws.
And
so all the heathen agreed to the...
And everyone should leave their laws. Read.
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Read that.
Yea,
read that.
Many of the Israelites...
Keep in mind, lawyer, there's a little feedback or delay between when I'm speaking and you speaking, I think. So I'm gonna just let you read the whole thing out and then I'll respond back, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go on.
All right. Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed to according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
That they should do
and
what?
Pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
Hold up. That they should do what?
That they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
So the Gentiles were working so that we would teach our children to profane the holy days given to us by the God of Israel. So they replaced our days and rewarded us following their traditions. Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. That was the reward, to give you days off and bonuses, paychecks and bonuses for those particular days as a reward for us turning our back on the God of Israel. This is what led to our captivity. Read.
Yes, sir. Verse 46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beast, that they should leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
That they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. Hence the reason why when we were saying Happy New Year's last weekend, the majority of the people in this earth, including the Israelites, were confused. We're saying Happy New Year's when the heavens is in agreement with the seasons according to Sabbaths. We're saying Happy New Year's according to the season that the Most High proclaimed from the beginning, transitioning from winter to spring, what they call spring. It's quite that simple, because the Most High putting us back on code, on schedule. The whole world, confused by Gentiles, may view what we're doing as strange. But what we're doing is a part of the awakening. Is what the enemy spent much time and resources, that's right, to keep from our people. When we begin to deal with the Sabbaths and the holy days and the time and schedules according to the heavens, thou shalt be done in earth as it is in heaven. We are connecting on a higher frequency with our God. When we're celebrating holy days, these days are being held in the heavenly realm by the Most High and his angels, while the whole world is out of course. At the same time, the whole earth is doing whatever, not even realizing that they're out of balance with creation. with the God who has made us. Are y'all following me here? What else you have on that, Elder Lawyer?
That's it, sir.
Now, so the Most High prophesied that there would be an awakening. Again, the power structure have coined this as the age of Aquarius. Who would awaken us? Let's go. Let's go prophetically, Elder Lawyer. Let's go to Hosea, the 6th chapter, Ezekiel 37, and let's go into the report of Christ in the book of Isaiah.
Hosea chapter 6, verse number 1.
Come on.
Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us.
So now
he hath smitten and he will bind us up.
Okay, it's saying now come Most High. It's time to return. Began to hire taskmasters within our nation to keep us subservient. And they would reward certain of us who was willing to turn their back on our God and teach others to do so. Hence the reason why our children, our families have been living a generational curse according to prophecy. But the Most High said, well, listen, that time is done. You've served up the sum. You've served long enough. It's time to come back. You need to know what's meant for you prophetically, and how, according to the Bible, brothers and sisters, we weren't born to serve any other people. And that reality must click in. And obviously it's kicking in as far as the Gentiles are concerned, because they see that we're coming back to the knowledge of being Israel. And what that mean, according to the Bible, that you and I, we are free people. We weren't meant to serve any other nation. On the contrary, it was meant for the nations to serve you. It was meant for them to serve you. So imagine how the power structures under Satan. Think about those that control those power structures and what they're thinking right now. Understanding that if we know that we're the children of Israel, they immediately do what? Begin to look into their economics. How does this economically affect their system? A system that was economically built on the back of slaves. What happens when those slaves realize, according to prophecy, that they were born to be free? What happens? It disrupts the world as they know it.